Good morning, everybody. This is Lisa Grunden, and this morning, I would like to talk about the need of a reset. And what do I mean by a reset? Have you ever wished that at some point in your day, when everything seems to be falling apart, when it's actually coming together, but it feels like it's falling apart, and do you ever wish you could just go, Calgon, take me away, or push a button and have it reset, just like it does in the movies, where you get to start your day over, you get to start the hour over, or you get to start the meeting over. And I want to know, instead of just reacting and wishing we had a reset button, do you have an actual reset button that you actually have in place? Because for me, I will tell you, my biggest reset is my morning walk with my dogs. Here, let me see if I can show you. Here they are. Libby's away out there. Libby, 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 Libby. I think you can kind of sort of see her right up there. She's not too far up ahead. So we do a daily reset out here in a place like this. Even though I have a great big huge backyard, my backyard doesn't look like this. There aren't deer that run through my backyard. There aren't all these trees. There's not this path where wild nature is everywhere. And even though my dogs can run in their backyard whenever they want, and as often as they want, and as much as they want, it's different. It's different when we're out here in this space. When I'm wearing my dog walking shoes, these are my Jeep shoes, these are my dog walking shoes, because these are my, I don't care if I step in poo shoes, I don't care if they get wet shoes, it doesn't matter. When I put these shoes on, it means my dogs know. I grab the leashes and my dogs know we are off on an adventure. And this is my reset. And let me tell you sometimes what happens when I miss these resets with my dogs, especially if I miss them for long periods of time, is that my outlook isn't always so great. People look at me and they can't imagine me ever being low on energy, me ever feeling out of sorts, me ever feeling unmotivated. But let me tell you, when I don't take time for myself to reset, to recharge, to rejuvenate, to have fun, because how can you not have fun? Whoops. When something like this just shows up in the middle of the woods. I mean, how cool is this bridge, where you get to take all kinds of different steps? Because there's many obstacles that can show up in our life. And unless, of course, your life is different than mine, there are things that show up all the time. And one of the things that shows up out here in the woods is that there are these little branches all over the place, and these tree roots all over the place. And at first, when I first started walking here, which was only a few short weeks ago, it felt like there were just a bunch of obstacles. And I mean, where else can you go and suddenly find yourself going down a ravine like this, where some kind of river used to run? And see, these things are so easy to trip on. They're also really easy to notice, and to notice that they're really not that big, and to step over them, to step on them, to step around them, if you will. There's all kinds of things that show up in our path. And you know what? Most of the challenges that show up as we're taking action, they're not really any bigger than these roots. They're not really any different than these roots. And they're not here to stop me from enjoying my walk. They're not here to prevent me from moving forward. All they are just these things that are growing in the ground because there's a beautiful tree like this that needs the support system of all of these roots that are growing above the ground. So what if that's all that it is too in life, in business, in our daily life, in our dating life, in our personal life? What do you do to reset, to recharge, to have fun? Fun in the morning, fun exploring. I mean, who knew that all of this was just a 5-minute drive from my house? Let me tell you, everywhere I have ever lived, people have always told me, it's impossible. There's no place to go to find your dogs, to walk them in nature. And you know what? It's never been an issue. Anywhere I have ever gone, I've always found that magic place that's not more than 10 minutes from where I live. So do I always just pick the most magical place for me to live? Maybe. Maybe. It's things like this that give me the courage to write a chapter in my book, to think that I have something to say and to share about weight loss, about success, about coaching, about being an entrepreneur, about running seminars, about being an expert in life, being an expert on what it does to find your magical life. I was trying to show you my dog. She disappeared back there because this is just a huge adventure for them. It's a huge adventure for me. So what reset do you do? What reset would you like to do? And maybe it's not always possible to do it every single day. This will always be here. I read this book one time by this guy named Jeff Olson, and he wrote this book called The Slight Edge. And he said there are many things that we can do daily in life that are just, they're seemingly small and insignificant, and they're really easy to do, and they're also really easy not to do. And it's those little things, the little easies not to do, that are also the little easies to do, that make all the difference. It's like compounded interest. It's like having a penny and doubling your penny every single day. It's moments like this out here. For me, it's out here in nature, walking with my dogs, breathing in the fresh air, breathing a little more heavily sometimes, and just knowing that this is part of my deeper why, is just for the sheer glorious joy of just being alive. And I know it because sometimes I fall down, I trip over those roots that are out here if I'm not paying close attention. Sometimes my dogs will disappear for a few minutes, and the days that I remember to do this, or to do something to reset, to take a moment, or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever it is, to just center, to just ground, to just breathe, gives me not just the courage, the moxie, if you will, the moxie to dare to do something different today, to move my business forward, to move my life forward, to move my fitness level forward, to just have more fun. Because yeah, a lot of people call me the fun coach. And let me tell you, do you want to do some of this really tough, life-changing work that can be pretty tough and just gruel your way through it? Or do you want to take a moment to have a little bit of fun with it? Because life is not just about crushing it every single day out here on this path. Because I used to do that. When I used to walk my dogs, it used to be about how fast can I do it? How many steps can I do it? And now it's about, okay, have I been out here for an hour and a half? Is it looking at my Fitbit? Did I put on like 6,000 or 7,000 steps? Did I have fun while I was doing that? And I'm out here also planning the next chapter in my book. The new book that I'm writing is, the working title right now is Think and Grow Thin. And we'll see if that's the actual title when it goes to publication later on this year. So what gives you moxie? What gives you inspiration? What's your reset, your recharge, your rejuvenate? I want to know. So let me know. Post a comment, share my video. Some likes and some hearts are always good. And have an absolutely fabulous day. And whatever you're doing, make a difference in your life. And you might be surprised at the difference you make in the lives around you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.